So let's just sit quietly. Now take a long and deep breath, close your eyes. Just allow yourself to take this time to come back to your stillness, to your silence. Take a long, deep breath. Inhale. Imagine that you were inhaling a light, probably blue or green, and exhaling all the worries, the fears, the sadness. Let the air purify your body and your mind. When you exhale, you can tell yourself, I am not this body. I am not my story. I am not my degree. I am not the house I live in. I am not the body. I am not the sadness. I'm not the issue that I'm telling myself. Take a long and deep breath and exhale. Let it go, let it go. Just let go for now. Returning to your full awareness, the awareness of who you truly are. You don't need anything else. There's nowhere to go, nothing to do. Just be here. And slowly open your eyes. All right. So I will start. I will bring some ideas and then we can talk about that. Chapter 18, dreams are chaotic because they are governed by your conflicting wishes and therefore they have no concern with what is true. They are the best example you could have of how perception can be utilized to substitute illusions for truth. So dreams are chaotic because they are governed by your conflicting wishes. There is a passage on chapter 18 that he says that when we are operating in the dream and when we are operating through the ego, we scream and yell, I want it does. I want my way. So we are demanding or we are wishing that the present moment would be different, right? Or we are thinking that, well, could be different. So we are resisting and we are fighting towards what just it is. And then we buy, and then we buy the illusion because the ego will yell and scream, I want it does. And then he says that we value spending our time in the dream rather than awaking. So he says, you create a dream to benefit the ego. You value sleeping more than waking. When we are in the dream, we are constantly thinking, how can I benefit myself, for sure? And we are planting the seeds in others as well. We are, if we are living in the dream, then we are planting the seeds dreams, the illusion in others as well, in other people's unconscious. And there is one paragraph that when I read yesterday, I was like, my gosh, this is just one of the most beautiful things I ever read. The special relationship will remain not as a source of pain and guilt, but has a source of joy and freedom. It will not be for you alone, for therein lay its misery. Has its unholiness kept it a thing apart, its holiness will become an offering to everyone. So let me read again. Has its unholiness kept it a thing apart, its holiness will become an offering to everyone. So he's saying that through our relationships, we will awaken. But when we are called into this special relationship, this relationship is a source of guilt and pain. And once our relationships become holy or whole, right? But once they have their holiness, they not only benefit ourselves, but they are an offering to everyone. And that's that for me. I was like, this is, we can talk about 2 hours about this. And then let me give some thought on that. One thing is, when a relationship become an offering to everyone, it's like the ripple effect. Let me read this quote that I found it so beautiful. Drop a pebble in the water, just a splash, and it is gone. But there's half 100 ripples circling on and on and on, spreading from the center, flowing on out to the sea. And there's no way of telling where the end is going to be. So you drop the pebble and the ripples are going to spread out and you will never know the end, because actually there's no end. It keeps going on and mixes and becomes one with the river and then becomes the ocean. So that's the image when you have a holy relationship, because you are not benefiting only yourself. That relationship is so holy, it's so enlightening for you that you become better person, you become more light, you are expanded or empowered, therefore the other person is empowered and enlightened, and you spread that to everyone around you. So that becomes an offering. But when we have special relationships, we spread different thing, and then we spread illusion, because then you are just repeating a lot of limiting beliefs, or you are planting the seeds of illusions, or planting the seeds of the dream in the other person's unconscious. And the other thing is, well, when I'm working with my clients and they have the relationship issues, there is a time in the relationship that we must drop our male, female, and this relationship must be an offering to everyone. We need to, there is a time that we need to release this attachment to the roles and attachment to the male and female, and you must do that, I do this, and we get into this bubble, we stay in this bubble, nobody can come, we don't go out, and we need to evolve to a better understanding of why we relate to each other. So when we are in a special relationship, romantic relationship, at some point you want to spread the wings, and this relationship will become a source of light, not just for yourself and others. So sometimes I always say to my clients, well, the practical way to do this is just like go to a place where you can study together, or you can start with little things, you read a book together, right? Or you go to you experience this relationship on a deeper level, not only in the setting of husband and wife, boyfriend and girlfriend. Both parts become better and then benefit the others around. And what happens most of the time is that the relationships, we get caught into the bubble, and then we actually stop accessing our best. We get caught into this, or sometimes automatic ways of living, and then we stop growing, right? We are not benefiting ourselves, and we cannot benefit others, because it's just, and then comes the conflict, and comes all the troubles that can come in a relationship, right? Your goal is the advance from fear to truth. So we are advancing to truth. That's our goal. That's like that the only goal that we have is to advance from fear to truth. The rest is just a format that must lead us to that. Your goal is light. You are advancing towards love's meaning. So basically, what we are all doing here is advancing towards understanding what's love, the deeper meaning of love. So the Course in Miracles says that this is a required course. However, the time that you take is voluntary. So, I mean, can be through the Course in Miracles, but can be through another teaching. It doesn't matter. But this you have to learn that you cannot run away from this. So, but the time that you take is voluntary. So our evolution, we choose if you want to stay 200,000 years learning the same lesson, or if you want to turn the page in one day, right? So that's the beauty of the Course in Miracles, because we are constantly returning to what does it mean to be in the present moment and release the past and become one with existence, become one with God, become one with your truth, divine essence, right? And then coming back to this paragraph that for me is like, gosh, I could write pages and pages about, because I think it's so beautiful. When your relationships become an offering to everyone, then there is another thing that sometimes I see working with people, is that sometimes what is blocking us from spreading our wings or growing the way that we want to grow, or expanding our capacities, or expanding our creative self, or just, giving some room for some non-logical desires, unconscious desires, things that are coming up, and you feel, oh my gosh, what people will think, oh my gosh, but this is new. Yeah, things will come. Are you going to allow that to come, or are you going to block your unconscious creative intelligence, your things that want to come through you? And sometimes we are so caught into unworthiness and guilt. And that's actually one of the main themes of the Course in Miracles. We are so caught into the guilt that we surround ourselves with these unholy relationships, The unholy relationships basically are relationships that do not allow you to grow in a way that is most fulfilling to you, most desirable to your soul's growth, right? And there's no judgment on that. There's just the recognition that, like, I feel more contracted, but here I feel I feel that I can expand my capacities, right? So what he's saying here is that the unholy relationship is going to become a source of pain and guilt. And then if you realize that there are moments where you are not actually choosing wisely, and sometimes it's just a shifting perception. Sometimes it's just a shifting perception that you need to do to so that for that relationship that is a source of pain to become a source of joy and freedom, right? Sometimes it's a shifting perception, sometimes it's just the choice. What do I want for myself, right? I was talking to a friend recently, and she was having some issues with relationships, money, career. And then I brought the idea of, what about thinking that, or calling in, that you go in direction, you move towards a place where you feel love and loved, where you are free to love and love, where you are free to express yourself, where you are recognized, and where your talents are needed. So listen, if you just move towards, if you just affirm or connect with this idea that, wait, I am free to love and be loved, I'm free to be recognized, you will stop knocking at the doors that are closed to you. right? And something that I see happening a lot is that we do this unconsciously. So we keep knocking on doors that are not, they don't want you. It's not for us. It's not that there is something wrong with you or them. It's just like, not, that's not your door. And then comes the open-mindedness, right? The student of A Course in Miracles, he has an open mind, an open-minded approach to anything. So we are constantly renewing our thinking. So that's the quality of the miracle worker. We don't need to fight, to struggle, to, I want it, and then it comes, right? I want it does. When you are in the dream, I want it does. It needs to be that way. No, no. So you surrender to the plan. And then the chapter 18, I think he says, there is nothing that you need to do in order to change the plan, the perfect plan of your life. You don't need to change anything. You just need to surrender to the perfect plan. Until you resist to surrender to this divine plan, you will get into trouble, or you will feel depressed, or you will feel anxious, or you will suffer, or you will relate to people that are, sucking your energy, or creating pain, or creating anger. So the whole point is that you open your mind to the perfect plan of your life, right? And then just don't resist to that, because the way that you want to do things is not the way that is divine. And then we want to just break the resistance towards, all right, I decide to go with divine. And divine wants your abundance, that's for sure. So this friend that is having these troubles with romantic relationship, in career, in work, she must realize that the perfect plan for her life is to have everything, is to be the goddess that she is. And we need to live in this realm of nourishment. And I'm worthy of that. Why I'm saying this thing about unworthiness? Because he says the holy instant is the result of your determination to be holy. So the holy instant, which is this pure joy, this pure allowance, this pure, wow, synchronicity, everything is happening. The holy instant is the result of your determination to be holy. So your determination, which is the willingness that the Patricia was talking about, like I'm willing, right, to see what's going on, is your determination to access this best self. Like, I want to be my best self. So I'm determined to see. I'm determined to see things differently. Your holiness is what is going to bring everything, all the joy and contentment. And what is the holiness? We can call the goddess within. We can call the other people say, oh, you're a queen, the queen within, but not the queen in a sense of the ego way. It's just like, I am worthy, I'm not a beggar, right? I'm not a beggar. I want the abundant piece of my existence, right? Because I deserve. You can only give your best if you give yourself the best, and if you are feeling unworthy. And then that's the whole point, is that if you do not feel worthy of the best, and if your relationships are not going to be an offer to everyone, because you cannot give the best in you. So when you are in your best, you can share from a place where the ripple effect is going to be really good karma for you. And then that's the other thing that I want to say, that is about integrity. If you are not in a place that is not good, if you are in a place that this week is bad. For me, my week was really bad because I'm in my period, I don't have my energy. So I cancel most of my things, the sessions, and I had one meeting, one conversation. I could reschedule, but I already had to reschedule last week because I was busy. And I'm like, I'm not going to reschedule again, because then I'm going to make this person feel bad. Look, my thinking. But I wasn't feeling good. And then because I want to please that person, I said, okay, let's have a conversation. And then went really bad. Went because I'm not in my best. I was feeling really bad energy. I was with headache. It's not my time. And that exchange wasn't good. Just because when you are out of alignment, you sometimes you say something that is not right tone. You can actually not be at service because there's something that you need to give for yourself first. So that's when you are out of integrity. You are not listening. You want to do, please, or be a helper. And no, not, don't do anything. Not feeling well, don't do anything. Be integrity is to be acting with integrity is to know that sometimes you're not feeling good. You're not feeling good. You don't need to give anything if you're not feeling good. You just receive, nourish yourself, right? And then that happens sometimes. Sometimes other people will cancel things because and then think that that was canceled. Sometimes when you are not in your high, things sometimes move out from your life, right? And you're like, but what is happening? Well, that's not the time, right? That's time for you. And then universe is already rearranging things so you can take care of yourself. So again comes the no resistance, right? Comes the no judgment, comes the all right, okay, I don't need to be super powerful all the time. And takes great courage to say, yeah, I'm not. I mean, I'm a human. Like I have a lot of stuff, right? And it's okay. So, and then, for example, when you act out of integrity with yourself, you will act out of integrity with your others because then you are not gonna give your best. And then what happens if you did not give? If you plant one weird seed in that person, in that unconscious, right? That's gonna spread out and then be responsible for the karma. It's sometimes a little thing, it's like, a little judgment, like, I said something and that that was out of alignment. I wouldn't say that if I was in my best. And then again, the goal is to advance from fear to truth, and the goal is to move from a place where relationships are it's an offer to everyone. So you plant the seeds, right? And so we are all influencers, right? Today there is this thing, oh, are you an influencer? Who is an influencer? Like everyone is minds are joined. You are influencing every single thing that is around you with your expression, with your thinking, with what you read, with what you say. So actually, that's the miracle worker. Miracle worker is the only difference from someone that is, let's say, did not awake to the fact that he is a miracle worker, is because he's not aware of what he's planting, what he's planting in other purpose unconscious. So he's not aware. His expression is not self-aware enough to know that he's actually affecting others and influencing others. The miracle worker, so the only difference is that the miracle worker knows and has the power and knows how much of his expression is affecting others, right? And you will be affecting and affecting and affecting. And then in this thing, I think I watched a video recently of a person. I think she's like an artist. And then she was like, oh, I want to do a video about uh, stealing things. And then she's like, and I know this is going to cause a lot of, conversations. But, she said that she saw the seeds of her work in another person's work. And she says, I'm not enlightened enough. And then they'll come with this conversation of, we live in an abundant place. And then she was kind of really being sincere, which I think is really beautiful and authentic. Wow. Because sometimes we can feel, but we don't say, oh, I'm an enlightened person. Oh, I'm a miracle worker. I should not feel. But it's beautiful that she brought the thing, right? So if we apply the teachings of A Course in Miracles, no, there's nothing yours. You don't own anything. Just get rid of this idea that there you have something, that you own something, that you created something so unique that nobody is going to be influenced by you, or nobody's gonna be inspired by you, right? And when your relationships, when when you are a real miracle worker, you are an offering. You are any everyone benefit. And so if we, so this quote here we can apply in different ways. You can apply in relationships, work, family, right? Especially family. My mom said that she's reading a book that I gave for her 10 years ago. She never read, and now she feels ready to read that. And she said she already read she listened to the audio and she's reading. 10 years ago, I did not remember, was an Eckhart Tolle book, Power of Now. She is ready now. Look at the seed, right? And that's the ripple effect again. You plant the seed, one day it's gonna bloom. It doesn't matter when it's gonna bloom, what's the time, but plant, right? So that's the beautiful thing. You should not give up of planting the seeds. Never, 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 right? So let's open for conversation and ideas about this topic.
Hello, everyone. Thanks for stopping by. I'm here to make an invitation for you. If you would like to attend this group, the Circle of Miracles, you can go to my website, www.lucamy.com, and look for the Soul Purpose membership. After I bring some concepts of the book A Course in Miracles and other universal spiritual concepts, I usually open for conversation and we can exchange some ideas. And this is just for the members or the people that are attending this group. This group is open for women that are in the process of awakening to their spiritual path, their soul's purpose. If you would like to attend, please go to my website, www.lucamy.com. If you like this audio, please subscribe to my YouTube channel and give your like. This really helps us to grow and to move forward as a community.
All right, my ladies, let's finish our conversation from today. It was really beautiful. If you have any question, any comment, just send me an email later. That's me. I'm here for you. And come to the next meeting for the dream work. So close your eyes, take a long and deep breath, and release. Let go of anything that doesn't belong to you. Inhale and exhale, releasing anything that doesn't belong to you. You are a divine being, full of potential, creativity, joy within, and you are worthy of living the highest expression of your life. You are worthy of being who you truly are. Joy, abundance, love, creativity. You are worthy of the many gifts that existence has to offer to you. Take a long and deep breath and just connect with this gratitude for what's going on in your life, whatever it is, without judging it. Just be grateful, accept what it is. Accept. If it's beautiful, if it's uncomfortable, just accept and bless all the lessons that you are learning right now, all the beautiful lessons, and trust that you are growing, you are going the right direction, you are growing, you are doing perfectly. You are in the right direction. Just thank that and bless that. And slowly open your eyes. Really good. Okay, my dears, I will see you soon and have a wonderful weekend.